This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi there, I'm Kaylee O'Kelly with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. The number of COVID patients in our state's medical centers ticking lower once again. It's been a steady decline since a peak on January 11th. A state data study is showing around 3,400 COVID patients still need a bed across our state hospitals, which is lower actually than recent weeks. Still, hospital officials say that they are concerned about emerging mutations and specifically the more contagious variant from the UK already confirmed here in Arizona.
It's hard to prepare. It is absolutely the wild card, and all of this are these variants. We're just maintaining a state of readiness in case we start to see these numbers go the wrong direction.
Well, doctors are also encouraging everyone to practice smart habits and avoid those big Super Bowl parties, big gatherings altogether. A disaster declaration approved for the Navajo Nation. President Biden approving federal assistance for the tribal nation that continues to be hit hard by this virus. More than 28,000 people diagnosed. More than 1,000 have died. The Navajo Nation hosting a virtual town hall event this morning. Early research is showing more promising effects of the COVID vaccine. Scientists at Oxford have been studying the AstraZeneca shot, and they say it may reduce transmission of the virus and offer up to 3 months of protection after just one dose. Scientists have been unsure if the vaccine would actually stop the spread or just keep people from getting it. More research is still needed, of course, to be sure. A bill that would greatly increase the number of students eligible for school vouchers is on its way to the Senate floor. In 2018, voters said no to a proposal that would have expanded vouchers. State Senator Paul Boyer's bill, which passed out the Education Committee on Tuesday night, opens the program up to 670,000 kids, approximately half of all the students currently enrolled in Arizona public schools.
There are generations of kids who have been failed by their local schools. We've waited long enough. It's time. I mean, these kids are drowning. COVID has only exacerbated it. All the experts are telling me that minority kids in particular are 12 to 16 months behind their white counterparts.
Supporters of the bill, including a group of black clergymen, say that it is a civil rights issue. Opponents say it tramples the will of voters. Currently, fewer than 10,000 students participate, and it costs about $145 million. We have been telling you about the struggle the food industry continues to face, with hundreds of restaurants closing in Arizona in the past year. As for those who have kept their jobs, their take-home pay is nowhere near pre-pandemic times. According to the nonprofit One Fair Wage, which advocates on behalf of restaurant workers, more than 80% of workers asked say that their tips have declined significantly. A restaurant in Colorado going tipless, which means higher menu prices.
Begin to take a really hard look at, could we do something different? Could we meet the same goals we have of equity across our team and the kind of pay level we wanted to see our team have? Could we do that in a different and better way?
And for restaurants still accepting tips, a New York Times tip giving guide says if you are in a position to give, consider a generous tip to help someone out. And consider leaving a tip even if you order your food and drinks to go. The 4th of July canceled in Tempe, the city getting a head start this year on its annual celebration at Tempe Town Lake, citing uncertainty with the virus. But there could be a scaled back version of the fireworks show if certain restrictions are lifted in time.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Today is going to be cooler than it's been the last few days. In fact, about a 10-degree difference from yesterday's high to today's high temperature. Will hit 72 in Phoenix with highs in the mid to upper 60s in western and northwestern Arizona, 40s and 50s across that northern pocket of our state, thanks to a cold front that was moving through our state overnight early this morning. Now today, those winds will lighten up across the valley and most of the state, with the exception of the upper Colorado River Valley, where wind gusts could still be as high as 40 miles an hour, and a lake wind advisory remains in place for spots like Lake Havasu and areas along the Colorado River. A cold front moving through with that storm system that's off to our northeast. No rain or no snow. And as we finish out the week, we are going to stay dry. The weekend looks dry too, and for the valley, no rain chances in sight through the next 7 days. We'll see highs dip down a little bit further tomorrow, then highs in the low to mid 70s through the weekend, and mid 70s with partly cloudy skies next week.
And for the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to ABC15.com or download our free mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. straight up.